I don't know where to look. I think we looked there. Somebody tell me if I did that good. It's incredibly loud where we are right now because they are doing work on the trees in front and the cicadas. So we're going to take Maxie for a walk and let you listen to the cicadas once we get away from this. But let me... So you can kind of see them. Oh, look, they're mowing the yard too. But anyhow... let's see, here we go. I think all the chats are coming, so no, that's okay. All right, we're just gonna do walkies and hopefully get out of this really loud area so you can hear the other loud thing. Right?
The cicadas are so loud, y'all.
They're really loud. But we're gonna cross the street where you've gone to hear the frogs, and we're going to hear them much better. We picked a bad time. It's also, do you guys see how green it is? I know we haven't walked in a couple of months, but the trees have their leaves on. That way or this way? I don't care. That way? Okay. I'm asking Cheryl which way she wants to walk. Come say hi. We will be out of all the noise in about a couple of minutes. Literally 2 different mowing people started mowing, and the electric company is clearing the lines in front of our house. They do this every year where I live in Durham, North Carolina. And summer is, ooh, they're cutting down a lot. But that's to make sure when the lines get icy that we can go. Okay, all right, you guys go ahead. I'm waiting for the traffic, so there's like a little guy stopping, and this is not, I didn't know it was going to be this much of an event, but now I know why I'm feeling a little nervous in the house. This is a lot of noise. Yeah, once we get past this mower, it should quiet down a little bit. But it is like all the noises of all the places are happening right now. And you guys may hear something that you think is like a mechanical noise, but it's actually the cicadas. So our friend who lives maybe a 10-minute drive away, if that, was telling us on Thursday that they were hearing the cicadas, and I was like, I've seen a couple, but I haven't heard anything, and now we can. It's very...
You can hear them right now over all of this noise.
Oh, look, I don't know if you guys can see the moon on the video, but there's a little crescent moon up there. Oop. Max is walking right in front of my foot. But everything is kind of grown in lush. Last time we took a walk with you guys, the leaves were just budding, and everything is early. So, and this time I'm doing the live horizontal instead of vertical. So if you guys like that, tell me. I think sometimes, because now they do lives on shorts, that we get a little more views on that. But really, this is just for my special follower people. And you're getting to hear all kinds of things, including all the machinery. Yeah, there's a lawnmower mowing the grass. There's Maxie and Cheryl. But say hi if you want to say hi. And I just don't understand why all the mowing happened at the same time. But we will keep walking till you can hear. Max is happy. Oh, there was a butterfly. I think it went right in front of the camera. So hopefully you guys got to see that. In other news, hopefully today or tomorrow. Oh, hey, Jill. You're heading to a yoga class? That's great. Yeah, we're just not doing anything too terribly exciting. Just taking a walk and listening to cicadas, hopefully at some point. Look at those bearded irises though, aren't those gorgeous? We had one up front in our house and I found a cicada on it. So it'll be interesting to see if we see any cicadas. I've seen some live ones and some ones that were passing on to the next. But if you've ever heard like a hybrid car, like a Prius, because I have a Prius C, my little 11-year-old car that I love. And when it's on battery power, Cheryl says that they call it angel singing, right?
Yeah, angel singing.
And this is what the cicadas sound like.
Here. You can hear them now.
Can you guys hear that? It's like this almost mechanical, because it's so consistent.
Yeah.
Noise, I bet, when we go over to what we affectionately call Poopy Palace, because it is Max's favorite place to go to the bathroom. Oh, the life of a dog owner.
He's already went once, so should be uneventful.
But look at that happy boy. Oh, Chris is from Long Island. It's going to be beautiful today here also. How far do you walk? Usually I walk at least 3 to 4 miles a day. But when our dog is a senior dog, so we look and see. Sometimes we just do maybe 1.5 miles or 2 miles with him. And then I'll come back and do more of an exercise walk on my own or with a friend. So hopefully you guys can hear that in the background. There's another lawnmower over there. It's like lawnmower palooza. But we are starting in the heartbeat group. And so you guys, if you're watching this and you're not in the heartbeat group or looking for these links, if you go ahead and click on my profile and then open up the about, there's links to the free heartbeat group where you get a free class, a free 3-hour class. I'm too tired to cook class, so it's easy. But over there, we're going to be starting some movement accountability for everyone. Karen Levy, who's in Kathy's Cooking Club, actually has a background in doing stuff like that and has volunteered to help us out. That's going to be in the free group. Also, as you can see, this is not the exercise walk. Max is smelling. He's very interested in something. Okay, he is finally not interested in it. But everything's just lush green, beautiful. I think it's going to be a pretty warm day. It's been in the 80s, which is a little early for that too. The high
79 right now.
Yeah, it's 79 now at like 11 o'clock. The other thing is that I put up pre-orders for the Whole Food Plant-Based Ninja Creamy ebook 2. An exciting new name, not. But I figured this one is not included in the Ninja Creamy experience. So if you want to grab it, what you get if you pre-order, you get a class which is going to be announced in the next week. That's what, oh. Cicada.
And the car's coming.
Hello. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, car's coming, so I have to get out of the road. Oh, here's another cicada. Good, how are you doing? Oh, all right, bye. So there's another one. And let me get back to this. I have to make it where I can see the comments again. It never stays up. There we go. Liz?
There's one right there by your foot.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, they weren't in the grass crawling around like this. I think there we go. And I'm going to come back up and read. Liz Lena was saying, if I can get these comments back. Oh, there we go. I experienced cicadas once and that was enough for me. I do kind of enjoy their song. I usually do too. It's kind of creepy though. It feels like there's an invasion. Chris says, wow, you do a lot. I feel like that's not a lot. I feel like everybody else does like 5 to 8 miles a day or something, but I do try to get it.
Our neighbor that just stopped us just got done running.
Yeah, she just got stopped. Just had to run. This is, and we'll see. I know Cheryl has something at noon, but we might go. If I walk the 3 miles by myself, it takes just over an hour because I can walk faster than I run. But if we're going with the dog, it's a slower haul and can take 2 hours. Because how old is he now? He's 11 or 12?
He's 13.
13? He looks good for a 13-year-old, that's for sure.
13 later this month, I think.
He's a happy boy. Let's see if I can. No, there we go. He's a hot, happy boy. When we got him, he actually didn't have a lot of fur. So
we're the fur whisperers.
We are the fur whisperers. So now the problem is he used to love summer and now he hates it. And he used to ask, he would bring us his sweaters to put on him in the winter because he was cold. And there's no more of that either. That makes me a little sad. Can you guys hear that? Because it almost sounds like a mechanical thing, doesn't it, Cheryl?
It sounds just like a hybrid to me.
It sounds a lot like a hybrid, but like we can hear it in the house with the house closed up and them working on the trees. I know it's a little harder because we're just letting you listen in on the iPhone. So tell me, what have you guys got planned for the day? Are you going to be doing some exercise or taking a walk, prepping some food? How are you enjoying the weather change? Like it's finally sinking in on me that I need to take walks earlier, right? Earlier or later.
Yeah. Probably earlier is going to be our best because it's been staying hot after dark.
Yeah, it has been staying pretty hot. I feel like the weather's changed a little bit, and also we've gone up, I think, 2 gardening zones since I moved here 19 years ago. So that's really unusual. Oh, Hydran's here. Let's see. Come back to me, little comment. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, Stefan from Germany. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Yeah, it is really pretty. And once the leaves come in, it's hard to remember how much there was, we have a mix of evergreen and deciduous trees. So it's a big difference once everything comes in for sure.
Like a rousing game of pickleball.
Oh, are they doing pickleball over there?
I think so.
That's a fancy, well, it's not the fancy golf club, but this is the fancy side of the street. We live on the other side of the street. But this is an older.
Show them the fountain?
Oh, they've been seeing the fountain.
Oh, okay.
As we've been walking. Chris says, love the warm weather. Driving my car with top down is great. Have to do some baking this afternoon. That sounds like fun. I am making soy milk, Ninja Creamy pints for the new Ninja Creamy book to take pictures of and do some recipe experimentation. I have decided, and it's all kind of fallen into place, that I'm actually going to take an impromptu trip to Cleveland, Ohio. for a few days. So I'm going to be trying to get everything ready for that and get some travel food cooked up and in a cooler for me. My friend Caleb gave me a ticket to a conference, and I'm thinking even if I don't go to all of it, I can just work a little bit in the quiet in the hotel. And there's actually, I've already checked it out, there's some fairly healthy places that I can get some salads and bowls and sushi, vegan sushi of course. So that should work out pretty well. And I haven't done anything like this in years and years, just like an impromptu, gonna do this. Because since COVID, I've only taken one trip without Cheryl too. Cheryl's excited to be at home all by herself for a few days without me. She's gonna be taking care of Max and Fergus.
And the mices.
And the Misha's cats, our friends' cats, because they're gone on a trip too. So that'll be fun for everybody. What else are we doing today? I'm gonna make some food for Cheryl for while I'm gone. And I realized too from the dehydrator class it was the gift class last year where I made a bunch of soup mixes. I have instant tomato basil soup, and I was thinking I'm going to bring that to the conference with a little thermos, because at conferences they always have the coffee tea station, so there'll be hot water there.
It's a great idea.
And it's just another reason to love that class. So if you're in Kathy's Cooking Club, make sure to go look at that. We made a few different soups. Every year in Kathy's Cooking Club, we do a gift class in November or December, so you can give inexpensive homemade gifts, or like me, I think I kept all the stuff and we've been eating it. All the different dehydrated soups and things, because they're nice to have on hand. If you guys have any questions about anything, go right ahead and ask. Emmy's not out. There's a beautiful golden retriever who sometimes comes and visits with us. But this side of the walk goes to a state park entrance. There's a whole bunch of state park entrances. But that's one of the reasons it's so beautiful and green and everything. But it is surprising at how quick it gets so terribly lush. All right, you guys, if nobody has any questions, or let me know if you want to still keep walking with us, or I might just go ahead and duck out. Mostly I wanted you guys to see the cicada, or hear the cicadas. Oh, there's one flying. I don't know if you guys can sort of see it or not. But you can definitely hear them. So I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. Good morning, Lise. Chris came back from California and stayed in a hotel. I was able to get a microwave and cooking my Japanese sweet potatoes. That's great. I'm going to cook some sweet potatoes and probably some potatoes and bring a small cooler. And then we have an Itaki and some other things, so I might bring some of our smaller appliances we didn't use. They did ask about dietary preferences. I just signed up for this conference yesterday actually. Hi Lise, it's so lush and green there. Wish we had snow a couple of days ago here. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's been like 90 or almost 90 degrees some days already, and that is not normal. But yeah, it's very lush. Everything, like, we're way past even the azaleas, and usually the azaleas haven't really done all their goodness yet. But just trying to come over here, and you can hear that kind of humming in the back. Chris says it's just so hard to get the restaurants to cook without oil. Yeah, it is. Sometimes I've gone, like, a good thing to do is get Chinese. A lot of times you can get steamed rice and just steamed vegetables and tofu. It is easier if you can to make your own food and bring it. We got one of these little itakis, and if I'm able to use it, Lisa says our trees have just started to bud, no leaves yet. Well, I'm showing you your future. And it's, yeah, and it can be, and I don't know how Cleveland's gonna be. I've never been before, and I'm staying downtown. There are a couple of places. There's a juice place nearby, so I'm assuming I can get a bowl from there fairly clean. I've been trying to look at some of the possibilities, but bringing some mixes and things like that too. I think we were talking about this on PB with Jay. Someone makes dehydrated meals, so they cook it, dehydrate it for camping. And if you have stuff like that, that would be good to bring too, if it's something that can be reconstituted with just hot water.
Can't tell if the dog's out or not.
I don't think so. We're looking to see if a dog is out at this house. Max is, yeah, no, they're just getting in the car. So we're good. Sometimes their dogs will come out into the street, and Max does not like to be greeted by the dogs. He thinks he's a tiny baby chihuahua, which he is not, but he is also terrified of chihuahuas and all other animals. Him and Fergus, our cat, have like this like peaceful truce. Yeah, we're good. I think they're coming this way. Let's go over that way. So hello to anybody who's just joining. We're just literally taking you on a walk to hear the cicadas. I showed you some cicadas in case you don't have them in your area. That way you won't miss out on. And see, it sounds almost like a spaceship landing. And it doesn't let up. It's not like the birds, you'll hear them kind of come in and go out. And you might hear a little bit of a lawnmower, but even that is at a lower, more normal pitch. The cicadas, it does kind of make you get a little bit of goosebumps.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? It's making Max uneasy. Aw, thanks Chris for the birthday wishes. Yeah, my birthday was last week, or this weekend. It's all the same thing. I guess that is last week too.
Leave it. Nope.
Is it a cicada?
Yeah.
But there are some cicadas just on the road. It's not, I mean, they're not littered. It doesn't look like it's the plague or anything. But they're here or there. I've seen some of the shedding parts, the husks or whatever you call it. They're shedded skins. But I don't know that I've ever seen live ones before this year. Like moving around and everything.
Every once in a while I will see one in our yard, but nothing like this.
And we never hear this like low, this weird hum. And it does do something to your nervous system, I think.
It's a different pitch than the frogs and the crickets. The frogs and the crickets aren't like a constant sound. They're more, the frogs and crickets are more intermixed sounds.
Here, why don't we switch and you talk for a while?
And this is more of a low.
Well, it's kind of high pitched.
Well, it's high pitched,
but it's sound volume wise is low. Pitch is a little high, but it seems. Whereas the frogs and the crickets seem like a natural, relaxing thing. This is exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I use sounds of frogs and crickets to go to sleep every night. And this is something completely different. This is just like, I don't know, it just puts your nervous system in this state of like awareness, or not even readiness, I guess. It's like, it's almost like you hearing like an alarm or a warning.
It does sound a lot like, actually Faith had said it sounded like a house alarm from the distance. And I do think that's the case too. All right, let's come on. Let's see if there's not many people, maybe we can go into the park just a little bit.
Okay.
That'll still get you back for your meeting. So why don't you say hi to people and what you've been doing and how your foot's doing and stuff.
So I am walking with an ankle brace. I'm not like just willy-nilly taking a walk. I have weaned myself off the boot following the doctor's weaning instructions. Let's see, I did use the boot on Sunday when we went to a festival, just because I knew it was going to be uneven ground. It was in a field and I didn't want to take any chances. So I put the boot back on for that. But pretty much every day since, I wore the boot a half a day on Monday. And then Tuesday, I went back to the ankle brace, and I also have high top hiking shoes on that also give me a lot of stability around my ankle area. So I feel pretty confident that I'm not going to twist it or anything to make it worse. So, and it feels better. I mean, it's really not that painful to walk now at all. I actually walked pretty good distance on Tuesday.
Yeah, we did ours.
I did the
4 miles,
we did.
Actually.
Yeah, I walked 4 miles on Tuesday.
Way to amp it up.
with the ankle brace.
Came on a walk with me, Faith and Max and everything.
But yeah, I seem to do pretty good. When I got back to the house, I just kind of like, took everything off and put my leg up for a little while. I've been doing my exercises in the morning when I'm getting ready. Just a couple stretchy exercises that they have me do. And
cicadas are a little less loud here. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, the cicadas are definitely less loud here, which is weird because we're right at the state park. I don't know if you can see the.
Yeah, you can zoom in.
Maybe I can. There it is. Oh.
No, it's okay. I can't do it while you're holding it, I don't think. There you go.
Yep. State park.
Yay.
All right.
Here.
Chris says got to go.
Oh yeah, he already. Yeah, he did that. We did that one. It just came back up when I clicked the screen. So if you're new, coming in and going, what is this boring thing I'm watching? It is a walk. So yes, it is kind of boring. But it's beautiful. I'm just showing you guys how everything's just kind of oomphed up. Everything's so lush and green. This is why I love North Carolina so much. And in the fall, all of this turns to beautiful patchwork, and colors and things too, which is awesome. But we wanted you to, earlier we showed some cicadas, and actually as we're walking it's getting louder.
Yeah, it's starting to get louder again.
Oh good, Lisa, I'm glad you're enjoying the scenery. It's just the slow, quiet, but I don't know if you can hear it kind of amping up a little bit. But yeah, I felt some definite emotional, nervy release back there.
My body's going, warning, warning.
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, Davinka. Where I live in a suburb of Chicago, it is the same. Beautiful to watch the rebirth. Yeah, it is an amazing, amazing thing. The buds and all of that. And I think it is jam-packed up here, so we will not be walking in. And you might be like, Are there horse trails by you? Yes, there are. I have a friend who has a horse, but I don't do anything with it. With horses, not just her horse. But there definitely are. We live in North Durham, and that's where she boards her horse, and I think there are a lot of horses around here.
A lot of horse farms.
Yeah, a lot of horse barns and things. And there aren't that many cars here, but with Max being dog reactive, we try to be careful and not have him trapped there. And also right now, as well as the trees being all beautiful and woken up, so are the snakes. So where I go and I usually hide and take him in the middle of the woods, I can't really see if there's snakes. You ready to turn around?
Well,
it's
it
okay.
looks like a pet ramp, and it looks like she's fussing with
Okay,
something,
then let's go. Let's go. Oh, Davina hates snakes. So does Cheryl. She is definitely not team snakes. And we haven't seen any this time, but a lot of times we have a good amount of snakes, black snakes. We have copperheads here, water moccasins. So there's more than enough snakes.
Go a little further east, there's rattlesnakes too.
And Cheryl's saying further east there's rattlesnakes. But
Coral snakes.
And coral snakes. I don't know about
Those
coral.
are really super venomous.
Okay. Oh, hey, Raven. North Carolina is gorgeous. I miss it so much. I used to go there on my family summer vacations when I was a kid. Where did you used to go? Did you go like in the mountains? The cool thing about North Carolina is there's mountains. There's like the hilly area, like where we live. Although I think Winston is more hilly. And then there's the beach. So you can get to the beach or the mountains in about a 3-hour drive. So I'm just throwing it all up in the air and going to Cleveland for an 8-hour drive. When I could probably have just gone to Asheville for the week. But I think it's time to do something new and exciting. And learn from some new peoples.
Yeah, you'll learn.
Yeah, it's a content creator conference.
You get to see Caleb.
And I get to see my sweet, bunny grandbaby, Caleb, who is, I don't know, 25 years old and like 10 feet tall. I really do look like his Meemaw because he towers over me. But he is just a darling, and I really enjoy hanging out with him. I enjoy hanging out with them. Davika says, that's why I love it here. Downtown beach, all very close to me. Oh, that makes perfect sense. And I tend to be quite a homebody. And I think that got even more ingrained in me over the pandemic. Right? But we're actually planning a bunch of little trips now. Okay, he's good. They're on leashes. So this house has some puppies that are coming out on a leash, but they may just be in their front yard. Davinka, me too, love being home, right? That's the beauty of getting older, is loving what you've created for yourself. And we have been more social this year, for sure. And we are going to be going to the vegan Indian buffet at Sitar tonight. So in the back, the Chapel Hill Plant Pod will be having a table. So if you're nearby, come join. I think they open at 5 or 5:30. Everybody's super sweet.
We'll probably be there 5 or 5:30.
We'll probably be there 5 or 5:30. And if we keep visiting with all our friends and closing it down, which is very unlike us. Oh, Davinka says it's very pretty where you are right now. Would love to meet you. Oh, that'd be awesome. Maybe we'll end up in Chicago at some point. That's part of the Eno State Park. And though I'll take you in, but probably what I'll do is maybe either just Okay. Cheryl says you can hear them a lot right there. So that's the cicadas in the background. And it feels like an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
It feels like something that's not supposed to be unnatural. It feels unnatural, even though it is a natural event.
Kind of like the hybrid backup sound.
Yeah, like a hybrid backup sound. Davinka says, you better let me know when you're in Chicago. Oh, I will, Missy. And I will expect you to come hang out for something. Cicadas sound different than what I remember. Me too. I don't ever remember hearing this. Lee says it sounds cool. It's not often that we have like a national event happening in our backyard. Raven says it was definitely in the mountains. I can't recall the two towns. Maybe Brevard, not too far from Grandfather Mountain, Asheville, Black Mountain. And there's a little husk of a cicada. It's just kind of weird. It is not an obnoxious sound. It's not, but it's unsettling. And when Faith was talking,
it doesn't go away, and it's the same tone. It doesn't change. It doesn't alter.
So I don't know if you can hear Cheryl, but she's saying it's the same tone. It doesn't alter. It doesn't get louder or softer if you're standing in one place. And it was kind of softer and more in the distance yesterday. So I guess the ones closer to our house are hatching. But I don't remember this sound from growing up. I'm sure in Winston this must have happened. I remember seeing cicadas.
Well, they're saying this is the biggest emergence, and it's also 2 different broods are emerging at the same time.
Oh, so that's why it's much louder and much crazier.
And it could be what's causing that tone. It could be that those 2 sounds together are making this new tone that we're not used to.
Oh, so Cheryl's saying because it's 2 broods, there could be 2 different tones. And I do hear that. It sounds like it's cycling. And that might be why it feels so weird. And Davinka says in Chicago, they're not hearing it like us here. And like I said earlier, the cicadas, our friend heard them days before we did.
Yeah.
And she's just a few miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dawn and Rob heard them before us.
Yeah, no more. She's no more than 5 miles away, and they're about, I don't know, a mile away.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So I guess they are really just hatching and coming. Well, hatching, I guess, is the wrong word. They're emerging because they've been living for what? How many years?
One's 7 and the other 11.
One was underground 7 years and one was underground 11 years as far as the different broods go.
I think that's the number. Sound.
Ish. We are not scientists. We're just here to let you hear the weird sounds. Okay. And it's going to get a little bit louder. We'll see if we end up running into the lawnmowers again. I will just say goodbye. But I know with all the news that's been talking about it, if I wasn't hearing it, I would I would come to somebody's channel to hear it. Here, why don't you take this? Max is taking Cheryl on uneven ground. Just make him come over here to where you should be walking. So we're just taking a walk, listening to the weird otherworldly sound of the cicadas and enjoying the lushness of a North Carolina spring that's really closer to summer, late spring.
Feels like summer.
Feels like summer, but I'm afraid summer's going to feel real hot. And actually Raw Chef Yin is coming to visit in August.
Yeah.
So hopefully there'll be some lives and things like that. And I think we're going to go to Asheville as well for a day or two and take them. And then we've been planning our year a little bit. And it looks like we're going to go back up to the Northeast and Salem and Sleepy Hollow in October for all the Halloween fun. And I've kind of decided I'm probably going to do less Halloween videos and just reuse the ones that are there and actually take a break and enjoy my very favorite holiday of the year, Halloween. What's y'all's favorite holidays?
We can do some from Blaze and Salem and stuff.
Yeah, and actually if we can get internet service, we can take you to Blaze. There's another one flying. This is the first time I've ever seen them flying. So that just tells me that there's a lot of them. That we're seeing more things. I mean, it's not like super creepy like you can see. It's not like the streets are crawling with them or anything like that. But people are finding a lot of them in their flowers. I haven't noticed anything getting eaten up by them. Oh yeah, you can hear it good here.
One of my coworkers referred to it as a droning sound.
Yeah, it is kind of like a droning sound, only like a higher sound than I think of droning, but it is. Oh, Raven says Halloween's always been my favorite holiday. That is the sound I remember. If you're sound sensitive, that will be a challenge. Hey. It is interesting. I've been doing better with sounds. Favorite holiday is Valentine's Day, Davinka. That's awesome. That's not one people usually say. I liked it a lot when I was a kid. And I always got cute stuffed animals on Valentine's Day.
Me too.
Cheryl did too. I remember I had this weird red poodle with like a bouffant hair. Davinka says, love hearts. I'm all about the hearts and horses and love. I love that. And I'm definitely all about pumpkins. One day I'll be driving, or one day I'll grow some pumpkins. I've tried it a couple times, but I have container gardens, so it never really quite works out. And Janet says, they are not in St. Louis yet. Need to wrap young trees to avoid damage. Oh, Davinka, a heart wall in her house. That's kind of awesome. If you guys were in the Zoom call that we did in March, was it March? I think it was March, when we did the Mary's Mini. I think you could see some of my Joanna Parker shelving. It's all like these cool vintage looking, they're not vintage, they're modern, Halloween creatures and mugs and things, and I love that stuff. And when we went to the Festival of Legends on Sunday, which is kind of like a fairy festival, they have
like a mini Ren fair.
It's like a mini Ren fair, and there were people in costumes. We did not wear costumes because it was hot, but we enjoyed looking at all of those and seeing all the cool, like I love spooky crafts, or Cheryl likes piratey things, so I got some little pirate cups and some different things. It was really nice. See, look, Max is, let me see if I can get over here, show Max. Max is hot. This is also why we don't go for the long walks
Just
now.
got major side eye.
Max is like, don't tell the people I'm old. Buddy, you're doing great. Nobody knows how old you are.
The vet actually was impressed by his muscle structure at his age.
So Cheryl was saying the vet is impressed over his muscle structure because he is kind of he's muscly, but he also tends to get a little limpy sometimes. You can tell that some things are a little more delicate, but he's doing great, and he knows that he's in his golden years and whines for all the treats. Oh, Davika says it's always fun to see your Halloween. That's awesome. What are you asking about, Cheryl?
He just pulled something out of there that looked like a heron or something might have died.
Oh, well, let's don't talk about that. We don't know what's happening, but someone may have pulled out something that passed. They're actually in this little, I don't know if it's a pond or a lake or whatever it is. It goes across that way under the street, but there are herons that are over there too, which are kind of cool. We're going to hear more machinery because I always forget that that's a big part of summer, is that everybody gets their lawn mowed. Hey. The golf course gets mowed more. Davika said, I had a neighbor that wore costumes on Halloween and a drama theme along with her decorations. It took a month to put together. That sounds awesome. Before the pandemic, we used to do a multi-course sit-down Gothic dinner party for Halloween. So I'd have like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 courses. And I have all the dishes to do it. Ooh, it's scary music. I loved yesterday I was feeling a little bit blah, so I put on Spotify. I listen to Disney Halloween music. I'm silly. Max has found himself a tree that he wants to park himself under. And now you see why I walk in 2 spurts. Because this has taken almost an hour. And we haven't even gone halfway to my 3 miles that I try to do. But I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye so I can grab him and try and wrangle him a little better than Cheryl. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Thank you, Janet. I'm glad you like the neighborhood. We just wanted to show you some cicadas, listen to some cicadas, and you could have the same experience, hopefully not the same experience I'm having, which is it sounds like a spaceship is landing and it's not nice. But, oh, Davika says, no, not silly. There's a woman living in with an equestrian center. Come on, come back, little comments. Oh, I'm gonna have to read it later if it won't come up soon. Let's see. I wish they would. There we go. And names her horses, all Disney characters. That's really, really cute. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go. I hope this has been fun. I know it's not been super exciting, but I will also see if I can't do another live or do some lives on my trip. Okay? So you guys have a great day. Take deep breaths. Enjoy yourself. Do something super, super kind for yourself. Okay? Big hugs, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.